An opportunity, our chief guest tonight, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable Ministers present, the Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Members of Parliament, Permanent Secretaries, the Directors, the Chairperson NRM and the Member of the National Executive Committee, Kasese, the RDC Kasese, the members of the District Executive, the security officers, all invited guests, protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. On the behalf of the people of Kasese District Local Government, and on my own behalf, I want to take this opportunity to thank and welcome our dear President to Kasese District. You are most welcome. The people of Kasese, Mr. President, are humbled by your visit. As the President of the Republic of Uganda, in less than 2 years now, you visited Kasese 3 times. And you've not stopped at that. You did send the Right Honorable Prime Minister to come when we had a challenge of the floods, and with other ministers. The Vice President has also come. All this as an indicator that you love the people of Kasese, Mr. President. In a special way, Mr. President, allow me to thank you for the continuous support you have rendered to the district by ensuring that there is effective and equitable service delivery. Your Excellency, we the people of Kasese, thank you and your government for putting up this one-stop center in Ipondwe, Lubiriha Town Council and at Ipondwe Customs, and also putting up a modern market that will be there to boost business by enabling the business community here to do serious business with the easy reach by accessing all officers that are supposed to clear their business in order to be able to thrive. Your Excellency, this one-stop center will facilitate the local community of Ipondwe Lubiriha and the neighboring communities and their counterparts in the Democratic Republic of Congo and beyond to be served well. Your Excellency, Ipondwe Lubiriha border market supports over 25,000 people from the 8 sub-counties which are at the border here and the remaining sub-counties in the district and other neighboring districts in Uganda. In this market, the youth, the women, the elderly, and people with disabilities derive their livelihood through buying, handling, transporting, and selling fish to Ugandans and the Congolese to be able to earn a living. And this boosts the border trade and the earning of our town council and also government of Uganda at large to improve on our revenue base. Your Excellency, during the COVID-19 lockdown, our fish market shifted to the Democratic Republic of Congo. And when lockdown was lifted, the market has remained in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And accessing this market in the Democratic Republic of Congo would require that you will be charged a visa fee in dollars equivalent to 10,000 Uganda shillings, which money many of our potential people that would be using the market cannot be able to raise it. And this therefore denies them the opportunity to derive their livelihood, and therefore not having any other alternative way of providing food, they are now in dire need. Your Excellency, for purposes of promoting border trade and strengthening the East African community, we pray that since you are a global leader, a Pan-Africanist, a nationalist, we request that you liaise with your counterpart, His Excellency, the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, to allow Ugandans have a free entry to and from markets on either sides, Ipondwe Lubiriha market and Kasindi. by waiving off the payment of the visa fee at DRC custom offices. We hope if this is done, it will bring harmony and our market will thrive. The issue of the structures that are there will be addressed and people will begin getting a livelihood. A population that has been benefiting from this market, really as we speak now, some of them are on an empty stomach. You may have witnessed, they were all lining up there, and these who are here, the Vizukuru, they are trying to demonstrate that today they are waiting to hear from you as a parent on what they are going to eat in the evening. Your Excellency, I want again, on the behalf of the people of Kasese, to thank you as our President of this Republic of Uganda, to have considered our own Honorable Kabyanga Baruku Chime as the Minister of State for ICT and National Guidance. And also for considering General Mbadimbasu Wilson as CDF and a Member of Parliament representing the UPDF. Your Excellency, you have not only stopped at that, you have gone ahead to appoint RDCs and deputies and other political appointees. To mention a few, retired Bishop Zibidi Masereka Kahangwa as a special presidential assistant, Mrs. Muhindo Rehema as the principal politician in the office of the Prime Minister, and others like RDC, Mr. Joshua Masereka, RDC Bunyangabo, Lieutenant Magwara Mate as deputy RDC, and the Ndugu Mr. Mubingwa Zefa as deputy RDC. We are so grateful and still request that as a parent, you know, Kasese, you have many children. A population of 1.2 million people, we still have many more that need to be blessed. We are so grateful. Your Excellency, allow me to appreciate you and the government for the deliberate programs that you have put in place, which are pro-people, that are designed to transform Uganda's economy and eliminate poverty at household. The parish development model, as a new number plate of our yellow bus, has indicated that our people are going to come out of poverty, bearing in mind that even find a town council or a sub-count, total budget for the whole financial year is less than 50 million. But you have gone ahead to appropriate 100 million per year for a parish, which is holding around 4-5 villages. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. And we thank you for that. Your Excellency, I want to report to you that in the recently concluded elections of 2021, the district was liberated from captivity of the opposition. We promised to work harder to make sure next time we get 100%, so that we maintain our glory of 1990 and 2000. Your Excellency, at this juncture, allow me to report to you as a political head. I have championed the unity in the district, and we are working as a team. As members of the executive, my members of the executive stand up, the chief administrative officer and the technical officer, and the RDC's office, and all stakeholders, we are working as a team, and including the honorable members of parliament. That's why there is a difference now, and we thank you for that. Your Excellency, I believe this team will work ensuring that the lies that was prevailing here is addressed. People here were fed on lies, and they could not even appreciate that government was doing all it takes. And now that we are in charge, they have begun to see that even those things that were done 20 years back, they are able to reflect on them, and we want to thank you for that. Your Excellency, we do appreciate government for the support that has been extended to the people of Kasese in the area of education, the good policies, health, community development, and the technical services. Also, the mega projects that we are doing, supported by production and marketing as a department. We want also to thank you that government has supported our people who have been affected by the floods and living in the internally displaced people's camps. They have been supported with food and non-food rations. We thank you for that. As a district, we have continued to benefit from the proceeds of good policies of UPE, USE, HESFAB, EMIOGA, NADS, PDM, and agro-led strategies. We want to thank you for all these programs. Your Excellency, we want to thank you for giving our people of Karusandara sub-county a land title. We pray that the individual families be helped to get their titles as individuals, and we pray that this exercise be expedited. Your Excellency, since this exchanger began, the district has received the following in form of support to government. Majorly, what is here is what I'm just going to mention, but they are more than this. We have had a modern health center 3 constructed at Isule at a cost of 1.2 billion. We want to thank you for that. Nyaburongo Health Center 4-2B has received over 1 billion, and in addition, we have just received 900 million that is going to construct the theater and other facilities so that it can begin being operationalized as Health Center 4. We have also received equally reasonable amount of money, since I have already my report to your desk, for other health facilities like Buhira, Nyakimasa, Chempara, and others, and in good sums of money. And we have had an opportunity, because of the peace you ushered in this country, that our development partners, Baylor Uganda, has renovated health centers 3s of Kasese Town Council, Kapatoro Health Center, and they have secured for us money to a tune of 327 million shillings to build a neonatal intensive care unit at Bwera Hospital. We thank you, Your Excellency. We have also constructed a number of classrooms as a result of money being received from the center. We have also, we are in the final touches to finalize on the roads that have been constructed in Rugendabara, then Kichwamba Town Council and Kichwamba Sub-County to serve the community of Bigando, which is the largest producer of maize, to be able to have roads that will be able to transport their produce. We have also received funds to construct a seed school in one of the mountainous sub-counties of Wesumbu, and we thank government for that. We are also yet to receive much more money. And as a result of what we went through during COVID time, there was need for schools to be supported, others which were swept away by the mudslides and waters, and we have received 260 corrugated iron sheets, which we have dispersed to 3 schools, and now the schools are rejoicing. They already have some classrooms that will accommodate our children. Your Excellency, your government has given us 3.5 billion shillings for areas for pensioners. The pensioners are now happy because they have been given money, and over 8 billion shillings has just been received to enable us pay the science workers, agriculture extension workers, veterinary, and others. And we want to thank government for that. Your Excellency, Himachiho Road, 6 kilometers, is being sealed to make it motorable. The engineers, they use the word seal, but for us in layman's language, we call it tarmacking. And we are experiencing roads being tarmacked in rural areas. We want to thank your government for being brave. We also want to thank you for the mega projects where billions of money has been put to construct Ruembio Bridge, Kanyambara Bridge, Chienge on Nyamugasane rivers, which are under construction by Ministry of Works and Transport. We thank you. Your Excellency, 197 circles under PDM at these parishes have been fully formed and accounts open and money has been deposited. And we want to thank government for this. Your Excellency, a total of 185 demonstration farmers have been promoted and transformed their farming methods and thus have improved on their yields to boost their incomes. In a special way, Your Excellency, allow me thank you in a special way for handling the issue of the Obsinga Renzururu, where the first 132 royal guards were bailed, and recently 6 have also been bailed. We hope you will handle this to logical conclusion, and we appreciate you. Your Excellency, I also want to request that you allow me make an observation in regard to our believers, the Seventh-day Adventists. They had an archbishop in the names of Dr. Daniel, who people perceived that possibly he was removed from office on the orders from above. But I want to say, you need to whisper to them that NRM government does not work the way they think, and therefore they should not take things which are not upright until when they have heard from the horse of the mouth. The horse's mouth. And therefore, I want us to believe that it will be our duty as leaders to see how best we help our believers from the Seventh-day Adventists to be reassured that that's not the case. Your Excellency, Kasese District, much as we have registered many achievements in this government, we still have challenges. And we thought, since you've come, when a father goes home, the children rejoice that day because they expect that they will dine with him. And indeed, we have started dining with you. The challenges we have include, there has been constant occurrence of floods, mudslides, that has led to many people being internally displaced. As we speak now, Your Excellency, the people who are displaced and settled in Mhocha are still in the camp because the issue of their land has not yet been cleared. We hope this one is going to be cleared. And also in Kasika, where we lost 16 lives, but we are trying our best to see how best these people can be settled. The other challenge is people in Kasese, majority have no land. And therefore, we have people who are still settling in IDPs which are not recognized. Because an IDP camp cannot be for more than a year. But we have people settling in Nkoko on the railway land where they have been there for more than 6 years as I speak now. But your government, in your own wisdom, you did send a team to handle this situation, but they did not conclude the process in a way it should have been done. It is therefore my prayer that these people be helped. Because the Uganda Railway Authority gave them an ultimatum that by 30th September 2021, they should have evacuated the place. But we did kneel before them, and they are still closing one eye about it. But we need an intervention to make sure that this issue is handled. Your Excellency, there is a lot of conflicts regarding land in Kabukero, in Bigando, in Busunga, in Kirembe Chababenga, in Ibuga, in Butsumba, and the Rwehingo areas. These need an intervention to help people settle. Otherwise, if they are left to continue, it may evolve into insecurity matter. But the security personnel are handling. Your Excellency, aware that you promote industrialization, Kilembe Mines was affected. And we pray that Kilembe Mines Hospital that was destroyed by floods and has people living there, we need to have these people assisted to have their health facility become more functional, although it is functioning, but it is living. We also want to bring it to your attention, Your Excellency, that the issue of Kilembe Mines, we pray that the process of reverting it to the Ministry of Energy and have it privatized and be given to a potential and a reliable investor be expedited so that jobs can be created for our people. Your Excellency, like I have already said, Kasese will have a population of 1.2 million. and by the standards of World Health Organization to which we ascribe in the area of health. A population of 500,000 people qualify for a hospital. We want to thank you. You did give us a hospital called Bwera Hospital, and this hospital is not catering for the 1.2 million. Therefore, we beg that the Rukoki Health Center 4 that was gutted by fire a year ago be worked on so that it is elevated to serve as another hospital for Kasese. As I speak now, it is the only health facility in the center of Kasese that is offering a cesarean section to mothers who come for antenatal care and also come to deliver by cesarean section. We pray that this health facility be supported. Your Excellency, we also have another challenge of wild animals, more especially the elephants from the national park that have gone ahead to destroy people's property, people's food, and also claiming lives of people. As I speak now, for the last 6 months, 6 people have had their lives lost as a result of this. However, we want to thank government. They have constructed 29 kilometers of electric wire fence, but we are still remaining with about 30 kilometers that is uncovered. Your Excellency, we have also another challenge of our roads. Looking at the geographical setup of Kasese district, the nature of our roads in the mountains and on the lower lands have been washed away by water. Bridges, crossovers have all been washed away. And some of these roads that were constructed under CAIF program, they were left under nobody's care. The kilometers covered by CAIF were not put on the district road network. Neither were they put on the Ministry of Works road network. And therefore, these roads, the purpose to which they were put there has not been served. We pray that these roads be put on the district road network or on the national roadway network. Your Excellency, we have areas, and this we talk about areas hard to reach. Kasese is one of the areas that has sub-counties that are hard to reach. We pray that these areas be considered for hard to reach facilitation so that they can be able to move on. Your Excellency, there are things that were said to have been issues raised that you as head of state and fountain of power did pledge that you handle. Since they are in your report, I'm not going to repeat them, but in the interest of time, just allow me give the requests and then I end at that. Your Excellency, we pray that the internally displaced people be resettled so that they can be able to continue earning a normal life. We also request, Your Excellency, that in the same spirit you decided to give us 5 health facilities in the mountain when you came to power, immediately after like 1 year, 1987, through Honorable Dr. Crispus Kionga, you did direct that there be 5 health facilities in the mountain. One in Kabatunda, Busongora North, another one in Isule, Busongora North, another one in Mahango, that is Bukonzo East, another one in Handero, Bukonzo West, another one in Chitolu, Bukonzo West. We pray that these health facilities be upgraded to health center 4s, we request. Your Excellency, we also pray that the issue of Rukoki Health Center 4 be given a priority. I also pray that we, the people of Kasese, who are driving a livelihood from the river valleys of the stubborn rivers of Nyamwamba, Lubiriha, Nyamugasane, Mubuku, and Tako, be considered for seed money in order to be able to use it to start some enterprises that can enable them to be able to continue living. Otherwise, their plots were swept and they cannot go back. Your Excellency, I also want to say that the process of desilting these rivers be done so that they can be able to see that these rivers no longer do away disservice. I also request that for purposes of boosting business at the border here, that one of the newly created town councils of Chitoma Kanyats up here be considered for a bridge connecting to Tako and to DRC Congo, so that that market becomes more vibrant and the town council becomes strong. I also pray that the disputes that there is over land be handled, as it is reflected in the report that I have laid to you. I also pray that the process of compensating people whose crops and lives and property has been destroyed by the national park, the law requires that there should be an evaluator to assess the damage caused. I pray, Your Excellency, that these evaluators take long to come. And if they come, sometimes they demand money, which a peasant cannot afford. I would request that this responsibility of assessing the damage be given to agriculture extension officers. I hope they are qualified enough to do that work. Your Excellency, we want to thank you for Mubuku Training Institute. In your own wisdom, you thought of giving us a skills hub. It is only Mubuku Skills Hub that is serving only one district. And that means you do appreciate that the 1.2 million people deserve special share. And we want to thank you for that. As I speak, tomorrow around 240 graduates and other graduates will be graduating with different skills. And we want to thank you. You have empowered our youth. Your Excellency, I also want to say that since we have people who were affected during some of the issues during the ADFO and also the 1980 Liberation War, and people lost their property. Others lost vehicles, others lost what? The list is attached. I have attached it to a report. These people are still waiting because they were promised that they would get some help. I pray that if there is something, let them be considered. As I conclude, Your Excellency, I want to say thank you for paying us a visit. And I pray that you give us another opportune time by helping us, by allowing us bring some youth, some elderly, people with disabilities that would want to talk to you one-to-one, so that they don't be covered in a report generally like this. They have their special interests that they would want to share with you. We shall be grateful if that request is granted. Your Excellency, I once again thank you for visiting Kasese. I wish you a safe stay here with us and a safe journey back home to Kampala when time comes for you to leave. I also wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year of our Lord 2023. Long live Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. Long live NRM. Long live Uganda, for God and my country.
Thank you very much for yet again another yellow speech. We are getting closer to the middle of our program, and I believe from what I've heard from the LC5 chairperson, there is every infrastructure, every reason for us to increase on the wealth that we can create for ourselves. Like His Excellency has always been urging us to do. Create wealth, the infrastructure has been put in place, and the LC5 chairperson has just said that. Let's now listen to the Commissioner General of Uganda Revenue Authority, who will talk to us about the one-stop border post and trade facilitation. In short, how do we make more money from the infrastructure that has been set up here? Mr. John Musingu, over to you.
Your Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable Ministers and Ministers of State present, the honorable members of parliament present, the ambassadors, the permanent secretaries, the local government leaders, the religious leaders, the leaders of different government agencies and departments, the heads of security present, the project consultant, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, allow me to start by appreciating your visionary leadership that has guaranteed peace, stability, and economic growth of our dear country for the last 36 years. But also allow me to appreciate you, sir, for your tireless efforts in ensuring regional stability and regional integration. Your efforts, Your Excellency, have not been in vain, and what we are witnessing today, commissioning of the one-stop border point between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, is testimony that there is growing business between these two countries, which had not been there despite the fact that these countries have always lived by each other, next to each other, but without much to trade. Your Excellency, the role of the one-stop border point that you have just opened today is to put together all the different agencies of government that facilitate trade to ensure that the cost of doing business is minimized and there are no delays. So on behalf of the colleague agencies that we sit together in these one-stop border points, that is the Ministry of Agriculture, the Immigrations Department, the National Drug Authority, the Immigrations Department, the National Drug Authority, security agencies, we all are pledging before you that going forward, we are going to facilitate business and trade between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. I would like to thank you, Your Excellency, and report to you that this is the 8th operational one-stop border point. We had the first one in Malaba, then Mutukula, Busia, Elegu, Katuna, Mirama Hills, now Ipondwe, and in Toroko is also set, only waiting to be commissioned. We have 2 more one-stop border points that are under construction, and that is Goli and Swam River. So, Your Excellency, you have set the ground for Uganda to develop, and for that we appreciate you. Why we're extremely happy, Your Excellency, that you have honored us with your presence to open this Ipondwe border post, as well as the market. This is the main gate to DRC, as you already know, Your Excellency. Before the setting in of some insurgency in the DRC, as well as the recent bridge issue, we were clearing more than 3,500 trucks every month, taking goods or returning goods from the DRC. And a lot of the items that are taken from Uganda are cement, palm oil, sugar, iron and steel, beer, cattle, vehicles, and bulldozers which are re-exported. In the last 3 years, the value of these quantities has jumped from 1 trillion Uganda shillings to more than 1.5 trillion. On the other hand, we receive some natural rubber, some gold, some scrap, some timber, some aluminium waste from the DRC. And this also has seen steady increase over the last 3 years. The value is now over 60 billion Uganda shillings. Your Excellency, I also want to take this opportunity to thank you for your guidance and insisting that we should have non-intrusive scanning technology on all our border points. We were not able to demonstrate to you, Your Excellency, but in this very Ipondwe border point, we already have a mobile scanner and a passenger baggage scanner installed. If time allowed, you would have seen them. But these are not the only ones. Your Excellency, the government committed and signed a contract with a company from China to supply us 39 scanners, and I'm happy to report to you that 24 of these 39 scanners have already been delivered. The remaining will be delivered, and indeed we shall replace the current mobile one here with a fixed scanner. Your Excellency, in the interest of time, let me just mention that you have helped us to resolve the issue of smuggling through the gazetted borderlines, and now we are left with fighting the outright smuggling through the porous borders. But even that one, we are closing on the culprits through the use of intelligence, and in the near future, we will also deploy technology. As I conclude, Your Excellency, I know you have concerns, and you have expressed this before, about the low tax to GDP ratio. And indeed, sir, I would like to confirm that you are right. Because I've read the research of the IMF and the World Bank, and they both confirm that for any nation to develop, they must be collecting at least 20% of their GDP. So, Your Excellency, as the Revenue Administration body, we want to admit that we have not done so well, because Uganda is now collecting 13.4%. However, having said that, sir, I would like to assure you that we are on a steady course for progress. As an example, in the last 2 financial years, despite the negative COVID impact and the Russia-Ukraine war, we have increased our tax to GDP ratio by 1.5, from 11.99 to 13.4, where it is today. Your Excellency, this is not the only measure that has shown the improvement. Even in terms of value, we have increased our collection in the last 2 years by over 5 trillion Uganda shillings. And again, the measure of efficiency called tax buoyancy, for both years we've been achieving number 3. Now, tax buoyancy is the improvement in tax collection over the improvement in the GDP. It is good when you achieve number 1. It is excellent when you achieve 2. But Uganda has achieved 3 for the last 2 consecutive years. Your Excellency, I'm not saying this arrived, I'm only emphasizing a point that we are on the steady course for progress. And we will soon, with your great support and guidance, Your Excellency, achieve the 20% tax to GDP ratio, or even more, so that we can support the NRM government that has done miracles under your wise leadership to develop Uganda when we are collecting only 11 to 12%, like we have been doing for the last 10 years. Your Excellency, as I conclude, let me now again appreciate your guidance and wisdom in all the other technologies you have supported us in. Non-intrusive technology I have mentioned, the rental technology and the telecom technologies. We are building on that as URA to build on data analytics and data integration so that we can expand our tax register. But not only expanding the tax register, we are also skilling our staff and purging them where they go along to make sure that we are clean to carry out the sacred mandate of collecting enough revenue for our national development. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank our development partners, in particular the World Bank, who have supported and completed this entire project. Please put your hands together for the World Bank. I want to appreciate the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, who have led the whole initiative and the administrative management of putting up this one-stop border point. I appreciate the Ministry of Works that has provided technical guidance. I appreciate the consultants who have done a great job in a very short period. And I also want to appreciate the local community of Ipondwe for the great support they have given us during this phase. I would like to take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to thank all our valued taxpayers here in Kasese and across the country who have supported our national development by paying their fair share of taxes. And Your Excellency, you're one among those. I would like to testify that you're a very compliant taxpayer, as well as the other leaders in government. Thank you all. Thank you, the citizens, for doing your noble and patriotic duty of paying taxes. And I want to take this opportunity finally to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2023 for God and my country.
Thank you very much, Commissioner General. And those figures are very insightful. And from the figures, the message that I get, Your Excellency, I think we are making very steady progress towards securing our future. We request Mr. Msingus that we indeed continue working together to make sure that our figures continue going up, and there we will have what the President has assigned us to do. And indeed, I believe we are on the right track. And now, take the honor and the pleasure to request the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, Ms. Geraldine Sari, to come and talk to us about the border export zone concept and how it is helping us towards creating wealth for the people of Uganda. And I request, Madam PS, that after your remarks, you invite the Honorable Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives in charge of trade to give her remarks, who will then also thereafter invite His Excellency to address us.
Okay.
I thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Honorable Ministers, MPs, the Permanent Secretaries and their representatives, the Country Manager of the World Bank, or the representative, our LC5, and the entire local leadership of the Kasese district, the mayor and the entire leadership of Ipondwe Town Council, our host, the LC1, the contractor, who we have been working very closely with, Ambitious Construction Company, together with the supervising consultants, Ubuntu Consulting Limited, the press, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming today. You're all very welcome, and we are happy to host you today. It is my pleasure, Your Excellency, to welcome you to the commissioning of this border post, knowing that you have been on a very long journey out there in America. We thank you for all the work that you're putting in for us as our country. The border export zone was handed to me last year in August when you appointed me into office. It was about 65% complete. And I came down here to have a look at what was happening. The work was enormous. The work was progressing very well. Of course, there were a few challenges here and there, but I made a commitment to ensure that this border post, as a chief technical officer, I led my team. So I would like to invite Julius Kasirye, who was the person with me. I cannot take credit on my own and tell you that I did it on my own, but these were some of the people who are working with me and stay with me. And then I would also like to invite the representative of Mr. Bagaya Waiswa, and that is Edward Simbwa, Engineer Edward Simbwa, where you are. Please come and stand with me as I deliver my speech so the President can know we have got able Ugandans who are happy to work with the companies to do this work. We have talent. Buy Uganda, build Uganda. Thank you. Thank you for coming. So the Border Export Zone program was commissioned in 2010. And it was meant to cover the national trade policy of 2008 to ensure that the porous borders of Uganda are converted into official borders through that policy, and giving us a land-linked country as opposed to a landlocked country. So these border posts that we are putting in place are really meant to open Uganda to her neighbors, to be able to exchange trade of goods and services without missing out on the revenue collections, on the formalities, and all the formal movements that can enhance the development of our country. So far, there are 18 border posts, export zones, that were strategically allocated for this program, and 7 have been delivered. But in the 18, we had those of Uganda-Kenya border. They have already been mentioned. We have Malaba, Lwakaka, Busia, Lumino. And then we also have Uganda-South Sudan border. We have Oraba, Elegu, Madi, Opei, Amudat. We also have the ones of Tanzania, that was Kikagati and Mutukula, Mutukula is complete. We also have the ones of DRC borderline, which is the longest, and that is Ipondwe, Luamya, Busungu, Ishasha, Vura, Ntoroko. Today we are here to commission Ipondwe as part of that program. So each of these border posts is supposed to be facilitated with primary and secondary value addition facilities. That's very important and critical for us. It's already been mentioned that our market went to Congo. I do not know how to bring it back. When I was faced with that challenge, I just thought of going to speak to the market people to, like, can you not come back? We have actually got a very good facility for you here. It's actually on a very good standard, and we are going to operationalize it. And then I was told, no, actually the business there, they are being told that here it's closed. So it is very important today that we announce to every single person in French, in English, in Swahili, in every language we can, and inform our people that this post is open for business. Let them come back. We shall have them with open arms. And not to mention the peace that our president has availed to us as our country. They'll come and enjoy it together with us. So these facilities are also given waste management facilities. There's recreation, there's border market facilities and bulk marketing, storage of milk, everything. And this border post is the only border post with a cold facility. Yes, because the rest don't have, but I think we shall upgrade them. And so people who are happy to take meat and all the other dairy products which are kept fresh can make use of the cold houses in this facility. So in addition to having the export border post, we have all the other agencies that have been with us. They've been mentioned. In the interest of time, I will not mention them, but I will thank them for coming along with us. Your Excellency, we are hoping that there is going to be an increase of about 35% of the regional market exports just for this border post alone to be operational. And if we continue with that trend, we might actually see an increase in the next couple of years to come. And also, early this year, in June, I was led by my Minister of State for Trade, Honorable Ntabazi. We went to Congo together with the other members of government to negotiate on the trade protocols for Uganda and DRC, so that it is easy for us to take opportunity of the duty-free and quota-free arrangements that we have between our two countries. And we did a very good job indeed. And some of the things that were agreed on in those negotiations were the elimination of non-tariff barriers. So I'm glad that the president went ahead actually and started removing the non-tariff barriers, all these roadblocks which are impinging on trade facilitation. We also agreed on developing mechanisms on both sides to fight against counterfeits and fraud. We discussed and agreed on promotion of cross-border trade and investments, development of MSMEs, especially for the vulnerable groups like the women and the youth. We agreed on the standards, harmonization of standards between the two countries, including the mutual recognition of both standards on either side, and immigration and custom issues. So my ministry and all the other MDAs, as the CG said, we are going to work very closely together to ensure that we harmonize on either side to allow the ease of flow and ease of doing business. On that note, I would like to let you know that on the ease of doing business, which is really our work, Uganda has played a very big role. And so far on ease of doing business, I think we are number 121. Your Excellency, on the trading partners of Congo and us, we have also increased in the last 10 years of trading for both imports and exports, a total of about $782 million from only 327 for the last 10 years from 2010. And this is an increase of about 139%. This is trade between Uganda and Congo. And when we formalize our trade protocols and putting together all these border posts, these numbers are going to increase because we shall have converted the informal trade along the borders, which is pilferated on the perforated borders, it will now be formalized and will be hopefully turned into revenue collections for either side. With respect to the Uganda exports to the DRC, there has been growth, and we are grateful to already have commenced this journey. And the informal exports in the DRC today are averaged at about 47%. That for all the 47% of the trade between Uganda and Congo, 47% is informal. So the ease of doing business, which I said is now, which was ranked at 116, we are hoping that we are looking at taking it to about 58 if we lay out all the 18 sites that have been programmed by the World Bank to help us. So, Your Excellency, we utilize this infrastructure of good trade, but we call upon our counterparts, Ministry of Works, and all the other people responsible for the hard and soft infrastructure to help us on either side. And also, the good thing is that we have the representatives of the President of the Republic of Congo, His Excellency Felix Tshisekedi, and we can also take back the peaceful trade relationship greetings to him, as well as call on him to work with us on either side on executing of the project for Bunia Access Road, Ipondwe, Kasindi, Beni Road, Nebi, Goli, Bunia Road, Goma, Ruchushuru, Bunagana Road. I'm hoping that they will remember all that, but we shall definitely go back and we have those discussions. So we are more than happy to partner with all the other countries, our neighbors, and we thank our development partners, specifically the European Union, the World Bank, Trademark East Africa, for providing financial and technical support for the construction of all these border posts and for both the hard and soft infrastructure. Your Excellency, I will not stay long. I would like to wish you and all our guests tonight a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we look forward to working with you and for our country and serving our country in the coming years to come, 23 onwards, for God and my country. Thank you. I was given the task of inviting my Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite my Minister of State for Trade, and that is Honorable Harriet Ntabazi. Please put your hands together as she comes to address us.
NRM oye! NRM oye! Mzee abewo! Abewo! Agume kumeini! Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Uganda, my colleagues, ministers who have come today, members of Parliament who are here, the technical staff, permanent secretaries and the agencies, our elders who are here, the presidential advisors, Madam Christine, and our senior politician and mentor, the Honorable Crispus Kiyonga, who is the chairperson of the NRM of Kasese and who has done wonders, Your Excellency. People are turning, and almost you'll have in Parliament almost 70% of the members who are NRM. With the time, you'll have all of them NRM under his leadership. Your Excellency, we have the mayor of this area and the team and the councils who have done a lot. We have the contractors, as mentioned, the chairperson LC1 you've had, the district council you had. Your Excellency, we were supposed to have all the ministers here who have participated in this noble cause. The Minister for Works, who has been, who has gotten another serious assignment given by you, Your Excellency, and the Minister for Internal Affairs, butted by the Director of Immigration, fully representing his team. Together with the team of Immigration, you can stand up for recognition by the President. It's a very huge team, Your Excellency. Thank you so much for coming. Our Commissioner General plus your team from URA who are stationed here, they are also a very huge team which is here, and our Commissioner General for URA. Your Excellency, in this historical function, we have hosted our friends and colleagues from the Democratic Republic of Congo. And I want to take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to introduce them before you. Your Excellency, we have the team leader who is representing the governor, my colleague Cosmas Ndima, but we have Colonel Shali Omeonga, who has represented the governor, and is the administrator of Nord Kivu. Your Excellency, we have Major Clement Kenge, who has also come along with him. We have Mr. Kambale Bartolomeo Bartolomeo in our local language. Bartolomeo in the local language. I'm honored, Your Excellency, to be part of this history. But I was requesting you, Your Excellency, that before I went further, this is one function that may not come back, because it is a special function to commission. So when the members of parliament don't appear here, and the ministers, my colleagues, I would have done a disservice, Your Excellency. Allow me to call them to come here, at least wave to the people, at least in a minute, Your Excellency. Let me start with the Minister for Local Government, Madame Victoria Rusoke. You can capture the microphone there, and you start, you can use mine.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Ntabazi. Your Excellency, we want to thank you for your nice focus on developing this country, and better than that, pulling each and everyone to enter development in economy, fighting. Now it's no longer the battle of the gun. We are settled, we are stable, and we are fighting poverty. But now our specific role as the Ministry of Local Government is to enhance revenue collection. Your Excellency, there is a new method that has been innovated and taught to the people in Uganda, especially the revenue collectors, and it's doing wonders. This is the IRAS method, integrated revenue administration. This is scientific. The revenue collectors are no longer moving shop to shop, receiving cash and making receipts. All the traders are registered scientifically. They are given the payment numbers, and they bank the money on their voucher with its number, and the money is sent to the central collection, and later on through the usual methods sent back. In Imbale, for the last 6 months, they have shot to 1.8 billion. In Fort Portal, where there has been a lot of commotion, you've seen me fighting them with IGG. To date, they have 1.7 billion on their account. In Tororo municipality, I was there last Saturday. They have shot in just 3 months to 150 million. It's not a day for me to assess and give you results, but to Ipondwe, we are going to come and teach you the IRAS system and supervise you, and we make sure that money is put to use on priorities. Now that the market is new, you won't be renovating, you can look at other priorities in your area and you plan accordingly and we approve, then you can use that money. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, it was important for the Minister for Local Government because we are going to hand over this market will be supervised by local government. So I thought maybe she would have that word so that people can hear. We have the minister who is supervising the East African community, who is none other than Magode Ikuye, the Honorable. Obugalo bwa Muzei Magode. Akaluluka Magode. Very well.
But speaking through this thing also. Your Excellency, the Ministry of East Africa Affairs is highly elated that since the admission of the Republic of Congo to the East African community, many people have been wondering what is next. But today, you have commissioned an event which clearly testifies that there are instruments and concrete measures which have been taken to enable and point out to everybody who cares to know what is next. You have here a one-stop center holding everything. The immigration people who want to move, people who want to move here and there will be free. Customs services will be free. Maybe later on there will be even money, I think. There will be East African Bank and everything. So this is a big road that we have started and it's part of our dream. We thank you and thank everybody who has participated in this. Thank you very much.
You can see how our old people can summarize. Yes, Obugalo bwa Muzei. Our own and host, the Honorable Kabyanga, Minister for ICT.
Wechitsumbi Jeno Yoweri Museveni ngakutangerera wasinjerihika musyakuru. Your Excellency, the chairman of the district has said it all. But there is probably two things he didn't thank you for. And one, we thank you as Kasese people and Banyarwenzuru of both Congo and Uganda for deploying UPDF in Congo, in Eastern Congo. For you to have negotiated with President Kabila, President Tshisekedi to deploy in Eastern Congo was one of the best things we have had in recent times. For us here in Kasese, we don't know whether we are Congolese or Ugandans. Because you just meet like me, all my relatives are in Congo. So even Honorable Ntabazi, all his relatives are in Congo, all our relatives. So when ADF kills 200 people, then every person in Kasese has lost a relative. And therefore, peace in Congo is one of the things we enjoy as the Banyarwenzuru and the Vamba people. Two, I thank you, Your Excellency, for accepting and going into partnership with DRC to make the roads in Eastern Congo. People can make noise in Central region there, but they don't know us. For us here, that Congo is our homeland. And from here to Beni is only 80 kilometers, but it takes about 6 hours to reach there. But with the tarmac, it will take 30 minutes. And without this big market in Congo, we can't do much. Because here, the population density is 625 people per square kilometer. So agriculture is no longer something which is sustaining us much. We are only going into commercial agriculture, just as you have said. But what we are doing now was not sustaining us. We depend on trade here. And because of that, Your Excellency, yesterday, the NRM cadres and your Vazikuru who you see here endorse you as sole candidate for 2026. We are not bothered whether you have not spoken or not, but for us, we have spoken. So don't bother sending research here. The research is that one. We have already spoken. I thank Your Excellency. Ukisubaya buhoro, ukira mchama majeneti, utitune hanu, kande tukasukusemba 100%. NRM oye!
Wasinja kutebu omwami Kabyanga omwana wa kuchetwa kandi nga kusima abwerikanyangwa molome kabutire ri motia omonanga omwamasakwa. Your Excellency, you can see the joy of having this facility in Ipondwe. And Your Excellency, on top of what you have seen, the border export zone has lockups, stalls, daycare center, which is going to care for all the babies because almost 81% of the occupants and the vendors in the market are women. And these women have children. So we've provided for the daycare center to take care for all the babies. And we have equipped it, Your Excellency, with beds, with chairs, with toys and play materials. You are going to it is quite exciting, Your Excellency. And I want to tell you, Your Excellency, in the same market, we have provided for a restaurant. This restaurant is also a business of its own, going to be rented out for somebody to start supplying food and collecting revenue. So, Your Excellency, we are creating jobs by making these markets available. And I have told you, Your Excellency, in the report of the technical people and our agencies that we have 18 markets of this nature which are going to be constructed. Now, in the one-stop center, Your Excellency, we have provided for the Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, because one of the biggest exports that we are doing in Uganda is agricultural nature. So, Your Excellency, we are going to have a big struggle with the Minister of Agriculture to make sure that they produce enough to feed Ugandans and then produce enough for East Africa and then outside. You have done a lot, Your Excellency, in looking for markets. And among the priorities that you've set is market access. The 5 priorities that you've set, Your Excellency, market access is one of them. And you've done your best. Now the markets are now available. Now what are we taking there? That's why we have provided for the Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, so that they see the need for the products that we need to take out. We have provided for immigration, we provided for URA, then the health facilities, which is inside here because of time, you did not see it. We provided for UNBS, for easy certification, the cold rooms, Your Excellency, and the parking yard that you are sitting, that we are enjoying now. Your Excellency, we have the truck checking point. We are only lacking the way bridge, one bigger way bridge, which we know we shall put with time. Now, Your Excellency, we are going to add more facilities on this one. We are going to put a primary and secondary value chain facilities to promote value addition from exports. Tukendi ongera hano enanga yende ebindu ebende bebere. Tukendi irao enanga a primary and secondary value addition, a huge facility. Tukendi irayo hano. And we are going to add also warehouses. Ebinyumba byari bekiramo ebendo. Tukende beteka hano warehouses for storage and bulking for the market. So, Your Excellency, this is not a simple project, and we want to thank World Bank, and we want to thank the Great Lakes Trade Facilitation Grant, which has really boosted our economy. It has boosted our area very, very much. Now, Your Excellency, I'm not going to really talk a lot because much has been said by my colleagues and the technical team. We are promoting a Myoga, we are promoting parish development model, and the issue is about markets. Because even if we produce without markets, we are producing for nothing. Even if we don't produce, once the market is there, you'll be forced to produce, Your Excellency, because we need the money. And I want to tell you, with the strength that we've put in together, the youth, the women, the elderly, and everybody will enjoy your regime, not until you want to leave us at your own pace, Your Excellency. And finally, Your Excellency, you see the East African market, which we are still negotiating. Those little barriers, since independence of 60 years, when you announced together with the president of Kenya, that people should remove all the barriers and build bridges. This is what is being done, Your Excellency. In the recent exhibition we had in Kololo, all the ministers of trade of East Africa came, Your Excellency, and we are all talking one language. We are saying we should put clearing agents and clearing facilities at the border, and you will see trade flowing by its own. So this is what we are doing, Your Excellency. So we want to thank you. We want to thank your wise leadership. We want to thank the stakeholders who have facilitated this to happen. And we want to thank the people of Ipondwe, Bwera. Tukende bakocha, tutikweneneko echindu chabiri asahano, tulangire ngoku tukalusa ya ananga ebya mauli byetu tubere tano. Byase beula wakatale kale kere bya bosa. Kundi ataka mabe kale katutya neryo abandu bakende nanga bakiwonga kati atutama kayimba kachi. So tukaba isengereza ya ebindu byosi ebimule mukatola kitira ande mubere to mwachi omwakatale. Echo chikende tuyamba elangirende akatale ketu kama tungamani. So I'm sorry for diverting in the local language, but I wanted them to hear, because these vendors and women who are here are the ones in the market. And this language, I understand it very well because they are my husbands. That's why I'm married. So, Your Excellency, I want to take this honor to thank you so much for giving us this Christmas gift to the people of Kasese district. It is a gift that is better than any other gift that has ever been given. So I'm not going to take a lot of time, only to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year as we go to celebrate and as we jointly work together to make sure this market brings results to the people of Uganda. I would like to call upon you, Excellency, to stand and address your people, Your Excellency. NRM oye! Museveni oye! Jaja bazukulu oye! Abewo! Mwetulire.
Okay, sit down, please. Now, I would like somebody to translate in Rukonjo. Somebody who speaks a good language.
The Honorable Kabyanga will do that one best.
The honorable ministers and all the officials and the wananchi. Babuchire. Mwasinje kutsibu. Now the Bible, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and the rest will be added unto you.
Ati Bible ikabwa witi uzuke rondi obukama bwe rubura evende vekesia kwereribwa.
This is because things to do are many.
Ndiye chichi kale tawa kusangwa ebiyitawe byerekoraku nebinene.
But you cannot do all of them at the same time.
Kandi ebyosi so nga biberereria omurundi muyima.
It is therefore crucial at every time to identify what is primary.
Atene rero nicho mubongo erimia iworusiamu ebyenzuko.
That's why Jesus said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, the rest will be added unto you.
Atijareka Yesu Kristo ni abua tutangiro ndio bukama bwe rubura nebende vekesia kongerwa.
Now that strategy or prioritization should be taken into every effort.
Atenero rumimbioro renduka sondia mwekurube kuru rutolerirwe ika okubule Now, okubuli chintu.
Yes. Then the Basoga say, Akange kakira kaife.
Tiabasoga bakabuwa india kai kasingire aketu.
So Jesus has told you, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, the rest will be added unto you.
Atinere Yesu mwati utangiso ndio bukama werura nebende bekesha kuongelwa.
Now the Basoga have added wisdom of saying that Akange kakira kaife.
Atinere abaso abamera mwecho bwenge india kai kasingire aketu.
Now this means that the starting point is homestead incomes.
Ate chikakangana ya indie nzuko liringiria eriumuyi.
Now, the homestead incomes, according to what the NRM has been advising you, come from a number of areas.
Ate ringiria erimiyi NRM ngokwe namba bwera likarwa omo bendu benene myanya minene.
First one is agriculture.
Ati echo kubanza chipindi chikaromwe ebyo bobuleme.
But the problem has been that some of the people were not bothering to earn money through agriculture. They were working for a chida kyonka, working only for the stomach.
Ati abantu banene sebabye bakatsomana eritungesende erirusirusyo mwabuleme ebakakwame kolera endanyisa.
But others have been doing agriculture, commercial agriculture, but without a chivaro.
Ati abandi barubanamu lema obuleme obongana rwamubiri wulia betukande esibale barerera.
Now, here in Kasese, you fragmented the land.
Ati Kasese numutwenda tukatutsangeritaka.
You say population is 1.2 million and all that, but when we gave Kasese district, you were only 190,000.
Ati mukawa muti abantu bamabika milioni nguma na metro abere betu government yaberika area Kasese ka try mu district mwabi abantu metro 19.
Yes, so this population we are talking about is just recent.
Ati nerio obunene obwabandu nebwa mwalenderende.
So the original problem was not understanding how to use land. During inheritance, yes, you believe in land in fragmentation, which is a very big physical fragmentation. Now, this is a wrong method. And it will destroy the resource base. The land will become so fragmented. The Banyankore have many words. When you have got a whole leg of a cow, they call it a chivune. Now you cannot eat the whole chivune, it will kill you. But then you cut it into, there are other big pieces, I've forgotten what they call them. Then you have what they call entongo. Entongo is the one you can hold in your hand like this. And this is the one normally they cook. So you can pick it and eat it. But sometimes they cut until it becomes very small. Those are called obchacha.
singachero mwarukonzo nga wakaya uramae
Now,
any anga matrolero
now obchacha are very difficult to eat.
ati amatrolero akaliriereria
Now, if you fragment land and it becomes obchacha, just
atowa matsutsanga ritaka akabya matrolero.
so the religious people
ati ebedini
taught us new religion. We were not Christians, we were not Muslims.
ati mubatuleshe dini mbyaka sitwabya bashiramu sitwabya bakristai.
It was these religions were brought and we copied them.
Timubatuletere amadini neryo twamikiririawo.
And they added value to our life.
Neryo matasienda kaira omubumizi bwetu mu mubongo.
But we must copy other things also.
Ati aliwe hane byatutolere itwe imania.
Other good things.
Ebende ebebuya.
Now, you are talking of population.
Ati tuli kuikanyo kwa muhendo w'abantu.
A country like UK
ati Bulaya ebungereza
is a small country, just like Uganda.
Ati nichi chinyanya nge Uganda.
About the same size.
Ati ubunene bwacu bwingenengene ne Uganda.
But they have got a population of 70 million.
Beitu abantu abalemu ni milioni sanju.
They are more than us even now.
Neba nene no kuitwe banya Uganda.
But if you go there, you will find land for agriculture in UK.
Ati uko mwikai ukasangane iyi ni ritaka eri obuleme.
How did they manage it?
Ati muba troka bat.
They learned new methods of dividing.
Ati mubega emibere miyaka eyeri tutsanga eritaka.
Okugweta okuyaka.
Ati byere weta muba emewetere miyaka.
Emewetere miyaka. Now, the emewetere miyaka is through the use of shares.
Ati nere emewetere miyaka yu lyerienda mukawulya emeabu.
You shares, emigabo.
Emeabu.
Now, Rwakitura, these elders used to come to see me at Rwakitura when my father was alive.
Ati abasi akuru bakana shemuleba ya Rwakitura omuru tatawa bini ya chineho.
Now your elder Mzee Amos Kaguta went away.
Aneri umushi akuru Kaguta aber sohoka.
But Rwakitura is still there, as it was.
Abeto Rwakitura ichineho ngokuya nabia.
Nobody will divide Rwakitura.
Ati sale mundu ukishetu tsange Rwakitura.
Physically.
Because
this land is not just for sleeping and building small houses and all that.
Atiritaka si chibambu cheriko lisiere erebotsera nerihimba eshenyumba.
And so each one a latrine here, another latrine there. Why can't you consolidate your latrines and you?
Aderenduka imbo bwiga bure handu aho namabana omwenyo irimbo bwiga bumanyo busi.
Rwakitura is not land just for accommodation. For what do you call sleeping?
Rebotsera, erikesia.
How do you say it?
Erikesia.
Erikesia, to sleep. The land is not just for accommodation and sleeping. The land is for production. To support the family. Support the family, but also support the country. So, if you are going away to join God in heaven, the children should divide by shares. This one 10%, this one 2%, the way you want to give them. The land remains together.
neriritakirye sialere nayimerere
Then they work together, they agree on what to do.
neribikiriranizya ekyabakekola.
And once they have solved what they have decided to do
bamabirikiririe kwakyerikora
and removed the costs, the salaries of workers and so on,
bamabiwulya neryo bakarusyako emisara bakarusyako nebindu ebiryayamu.
if they remain with 10 million, they divide according to their shares.
bamasyara namaoba nga miliyoni 10 neryo baghenda bakaghabana erirusiririe kwa mighabu y'omundu awithemu.
In that way, you will divide, but not divide by destroying.
Omwangeri eyo emukighabana betu mwanighabana erikatsandaya eritaka.
Now, the land in some of the parts of Uganda is already subdivided.
Ati eritaka omwa bitsweka binene bya Uganda lyabirenda abandu bakalitutsanga
Okuchwanyagura.
erenda bakatutsanga
To fragment. So we need now to see ekibaro now.
netutolera ati totsukerire ebye embarirera.
What can we do in these subdivided pieces that can bring enough income
Ende twangakora kyahi okwitaka lino lyebiritutsangwa eryangatwingirirya.
You remember, that's why I came around some 4 years ago and went to every zone and I talked about this.
Ati kyekyamuleeta eno emyaka 4 eyiwere amaghenda nianamukanirya abandu mwabipendetetete.
Now, in near Kabarore, there is a group in Rwengaju.
Ati akwiye ne Kabarole yene abayiterene omwa kipindi ky'abakorera mu Rwengaju.
There is a man there called, what is his name?
Nyakana.
Nyakana.
Eti nomusyakulu y'abakorera mu Nyakana.
Those people had also fragmented the land already.
Nabo babi babirenda bakatutsanga eritaka.
Me, I was preaching to them 4 acres model,
Ati iyo mwenda kabatebezya esyahikini.
which I preached in the elections of 1996. This 4 acres model, it was in the NRM manifesto of 1996.
Ati erikolesya esyahikini alitsuka eririkaniako omwa manifesto ya NRM eya 1996.
To help the people who already had fragmented land to 4 acres.
Eriwati kyabo ababirenda bakatutsanga matakabo atilisi mwahika ini.
And in the documents which I wrote, I identified for them 7 activities which can be done in 4 acres, and you get good money and you share in the family.
Ati neryo mwabakangania emibiri musanju eyabangakora okwasyahikini esyo kandi ebatungesi.
I recommended that in 1 acre put clono coffee.
Eka yokubanza omwani.
In second, the new coffee, not the old coffee.
Ndio omwani omuhyaka.
The second acre put fruits.
Ati eka yendi yayamwe ebiwuma.
In the lowlands, we are talking of mangoes, oranges, and pineapples.
Okwabitsweka ebyo mwibanda enyakakana kwa yembe emitsungwe nebindi.
But you in the hills, you can even do more high value crop fruits like apples.
Ati omwabetwe twanganaenda okwebiwuma ebiwuli bunene
like grapes,
emizabibu.
Which bring much more money.
Esikaleta sente syerunda.
So the acre number 2 fruits.
Eka yakabere byebyo biwuma.
Acre number 3, you put pasture for 0 grazing cows.
Ati ehike yakasatu oiramu ebiti ebyiririsya esyande.
1 acre can support 8 cows in the shed.
Ati ikanguma yanganalisya esyande munani esini omwe kitutu.
Then the 4th acre, you put food crop for the family.
Ati ehike yakane oiramu ebyiririsya erika.
Then in the backyard, you put poultry for eggs.
Ati eyindi oiramu esyangoko esikania mai.
And those who are Muslims, you can also put pigs.
abateba siramu abateba siramu onga ne iramu ne shambunu.
Or the traditional Banyankore. But traditional Banyankore never ate pigs, but I see these ones eating pigs.
Ati abanyangore bakeresi bari yambunu beto bahatia.
Abahatia empunu nibazirira kimu.
Ati abahatia bari mumete mbunu.
And then those in the wetlands, I recommend in the flat area, I recommended fish farming.
Na bali umibanda kandeho kuida bisesa elimia ibairama mahere.
These 7 activities can be done with what we call intensive agriculture.
Ate mibiri musanjo yu yagana kwarewa na obulimi obutweretwere.
Obuhingi oburukubasa kwiha cyango ahafunzire.
Ati obulimi obwonga ni hamwa obwonga nimi wa gesa benene kande iwo birikolisita kaleke.
Using small piece. Now there are other crops which we need.
Anene bende birimo bya tukaitaga.
We need maize.
Tukanze bikusa.
We need cotton.
Tukanze pamba.
We need sugar cane, sugar.
Tukanze biseke bikaromo sukari.
We need tobacco.
Tukanze taba.
We need tea.
Tukanze majani.
So my formula was those ones. When you do them in a small area, you don't get enough money.
Atiengora yiwe yebikakangani ndi wa mayomu ebyamatuebyo okwitakale keso ngatunga sente zikaunza.
Those ones should be done by people with medium size of land or large scale.
Atiebyo etwaberekera abo abawuti ritaka erikaunza.
This is the medicine we put forward for you in the manifesto of 1996.
Ati obubalia babahirire mu manifesto eyarukumeno rwenda chenda na mukanga.
But people don't listen.
Albetu situli ubowa.
The politicians just talking.
Ati ebe politiki bakakwa mebye mwikanye rikanya.
Kanye is talking. You say it what?
Erikanya.
Erikanya. So now, but when I was coming here, I see people growing cotton. I don't know the chibaro for cotton. But I will come back. I'm going to make a nationwide tour to really check on this idea of separating intensive agriculture from extensive agriculture. Extensive agriculture is you use a big piece of land, even if you are getting small amount per acre, but because of scale, you get good money.
Ati akatasya subura eniakasya kanira yabando kwa buleme obwere tunga sente nene erumwita kaleke neryo nobwere byo unautitakale nene neryo wale mandeke eberemwa ebyanga kuletere sente nene.
So when I talked to the people of Rwengaju near Fort Portal, they said for us we no longer have 4 acres.
Ati abirekania na bandu berwangaju hakuine Fort Portal na muba mubwera mbwe bose bakiwite yikini.
But we like your message.
Betu omwati oyo womakania twamanzao.
So for us, out of your 7 activities, we select only 2.
Atina yabamba mubwera mbwe mibiri musanjo yawa matonda itotwa mihamu ibiri.
This is zero grazing for cows.
Ateriri siande okuitakali nyanyaha
and poultry. And they are doing very well. Now, like poultry, I have been hearing there's a big demand of market for eggs in Congo. That's what I hear.
In the Congo, Your Excellency, about 50,000 crates go every Tuesday and every Friday.
Yes. So, what I asked the people of Kasese, please, listen to my message. This message is now 1996. This is like 30 years ago, almost.
ati abantu bekasese kabasaba muhulikirire omwatsi oyo atsukau omwaka wa 19 na mukana.
Do agriculture, homestead income activity with the Kibaro now.
ati tutsuke rikolo buleme obuli kwembarerera.
And from now, teach the children to inherit by shares, not by breaking.
timutashekangirana bana eretwaro buwetwa omwamelabu butsero mitsutsangeritaka.
There's a time when I went to Kabare
ati mwana ike kabale butuko buwere
and I found the Bachiga there.
amasanga abachiga.
Then I said, you Bachiga, I have a problem.
Tamabwera ati nywe bachiga ngweti ekitsibu.
Then they told me, Richiga, Munenchi.
nebo mamubulya mbuni chayo maruchiga.
You know how the Bachiga speak?
ngo emikanire yabweyo
Munenchi.
bamubulya mbunichi.
I said, I have got five houses
ati amababura ati ngauti mwe nyumba 5
in my compound,
omwa butarabwayi.
but I've got only one water pot, enyungu yenjoga ya maize.
ati beto witi irirega lewumu.
What do you call it, a water pot?
erirega
Erirega
ga
erirega.
eh
So I have got one nyungu, we call it in Nyankore.
ati amawati awuti irirega lewuma.
The Nyankore call it a nyungu general, but enjoga is the one for water and traditional beer.
ati aba nyangole enyungu ikamanyisa ya wosi beto irirega lieria ayirabo kera mamaetse. Here your excellency enyungu yabakatsumba mwari omuna enyungu is what they use for cooking.
Yes.
Then erirega is where they put water.
Oh, very good. Now that one, the one of water. Yes. So I said I have got one njoga for water.
Ane amabwati awuti irirega lewuma.
But the houses are 5.
beto manyumba ni 5.
So I said, what should I do?
amabwati ngakoliente.
They didn't answer me. They kept quiet.
ati batamusuba mubahuna.
Then I said, okay, I'm going to break it
tine amabwati ngiyere trul
and divide. When you break a pot, you get engusio. So I said, to be democratic, I'm going to break the pot and give engusio to the 5 houses.
ati ne amabwati ngiyere trula naenda buli mundu ingarusia mwesi anyiyo 5.
What do you call engusio?
oruyo.
Oruhyo, the same. Orusio, yes. So, if you don't, what do we do? Do we break the pot and divide the engusio, or what?
ayamababulya ngatulirire obule mundu ngamuhi oruyo.
Then the Bachiga said, cho, kawajishisha.
ati ne abachiga bomawambo kawamasisa.
I said, so what should I do?
ati ne remabulya tibanga college.
Because the Enshoga is 1,
beto irirega nerewuma.
the houses are 5,
eshenyumba ni 5
and I want to share.
nerenganza twabana.
The Bachiga said, no, what you do, don't break the pot.
tibamamubwera atya uleke tulirire.
Keep the pot, go and bring water, put in one house, go back and bring more, put in the other house, until all the 5 have got water.
ane bamamubwera mbu ubeke irirega wendi ukorusi utwale omunyumba ngumu. watasha subayo watoromwayin kuika isi 5 sike esyo sikisiunzira.
So the Bachiga were now getting near the rational way of how to divide positively.
abachiga aho babi bali muhika okwa echikire ere tutsanga omokwenene.
Don't break the pot, divide what comes from the pot.
uli kitulirire betu muabane ebiri umire.
What is the problem?
nere chitsibu chiri haye.
Because this pot will be there. You bring water, you divide. You bring water, you divide. The pot stays.
Ati kusango wa mukimu nene rirega mwaleta maetse mwaba na maetse neririrega iri kalere neho.
So therefore, please seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. The rest will be added unto you.
Ati nere mwebuke ndo trangiru ndibuka mabwe rubura nebe ndebekesha kongero.
The musoga added akange kakirake ifi.
Ati musoga mwongeraku ati akai kalengire ake.
Now, with agriculture, we start with homestead incomes, commercial agriculture, with the kibaro.
Atineri omwabuleme tukatsukana eringiri eliyomi kandi rikora obuleme obwangaleta sya sente kandi etunamukolesya obuleme bwerikolesya itakaleke betu watunga sente.
So I hope I have that booklet, the one I gave the ones I gave out the other time. Atenyi buli obutabo bwange buli obona hero obona. So then you select. You should select, because now I don't think many people still have the 4 acres, but you select like the ones of Renga, some 1 or 2 of those activities, and then you concentrate on those.
Atinerio mutolere anasiku simu chiwiti sya hikini. So ne nyumukore ngabe Rwangaju muruseye mwa mibiri musanju mweyenyo ya mwangatroka.
So then we shall have to mobilize the others, the ones with the big pieces of land in other parts of Uganda, to be the ones to grow maize for us, to grow cotton for us, to grow tea, to grow sugar cane. Those people are also there.
Nere tukinyero ndibo abantu mu Uganda bangahera biseke bangahera wepamba bangahera abangahera na majani.
Because we need, for instance, maize. We need for animal feed, we need maize.
Atinge byali biririsye bisoro tukaronda ebikusa.
For chicken feed, we need maize.
Nebiririsye syangoko tukaronda ebikusa.
For fish meal, we need maize.
But
with the areas where land is not fragmented, you may not be able to grow the maize. But other people can grow it, and then we buy from them. So I want you really, I will come back and we have a proper talk. I want you to stabilize agriculture in Kasese.
Atringawa saba kenere isunza ende ebyo buleme mubitwarenge bikuru kande
tutekekana. So that these smaller farms become farms which continue generation after generation.
Atinerio amalema omuwete nomwanga ene make abye enyanga nini ni waticha echahanda echusi
Rwakitora was there when Mzee Kaguta was there. It is there now. When Museveni is there, it will be there after Museveni has gone to heaven.
Ati Rwakitora yabi neho Mwami Kaguta ni chineho yikisi yabi aho yichineho na hatia na President Museveni ya chineho na mwanga agenda yikisi siali neho.
And I put it in my will that if the children don't want to farm anymore, they can sell it to another Ugandan, but another Ugandan buys something whole.
Atia birijiro omwanda neyiwe ati amaenda abana bewe butira bakatutsanga bamase bangatroka ibe uli undi munye Uganda oyo wangatroka eriko lisiritakeri.
Because if my children want to now to go and stay in the town and watch football in Qatar, that's up to them.
Atia bana bewe bamatwa mwambwe bamalo hecharo bakazerisu mutauni. Let
them sell it to another Ugandan so that he continues using it for production.
Ati kama nyiba uli undi mnya Uganda eni ende mbere neriko lisiritakerio awiri na yimerere anarinya nia yes.
This is therefore my point number 1.
Ati yiwe mbanura yiwe ikatuka.
All this time I am on one point.
Ati utu gobo so bwamaunzi alini achenia kumbanura yokubanza.
Because you are the ones who invited me.
ate kusangwa ninywe muri amuberekera.
Now, once you stabilize agriculture,
Ate nere mwama biteekateekanya obuleme.
like for instance, in the families,
Omwama hika.
that small family's farm of one or two activities,
Ate neryo obuleme bwa erihika eryo erinamukora mibiri ngibiri kutse mubiri mu.
let's say the children are 7 in the home.
Ati abana bamaene bana musanju.
One of the children can look after that small farm.
Ati omwana muma musa anganarorerera obulemi obwo.
Then another one
Neryo owundi
can do the trading, because we are now talking of trading.
ati owundi anganasubura.
Another boy or girl can do the trading now,
Ati owundi mwana anganayo mwabusubure.
selling what is produced in the farm, but also what other farmers are producing.
Iniawulya ebyo byamukagesa omweremeryo betu n'abandi balimi ebyabanamughesa.
Because remember, we have told you many times that the economy has got 4 sectors.
Ati buli kiro anamubabwera ati engurakurana Uganda enu yeremu abepende bene.
Agriculture,
Obulime,
manufacturing,
amakolero,
because manufacturing, you may not be able to have a farm, each one of you, but you can now have, if you have now specialized, like you specialize in milk, with milk, you can have a cooperative collecting milk together.
Ati mwamabya emuli batungi besyande mwanganakora ekitebe neryo emwahimba ekyuma ekikindi yakikatsunda mate.
And if you have got fruits, you can have a fruit processing small factory somewhere.
Mwamabya emuli balimi bebiwuma mwanganawura ekyuma ekikakamura ebiwuma ebyo.
And if you have got coffee, you can have a coffee holler somewhere.
Mwamabya muli bomwani mwanganawura ekyuma ekikasa omwani.
So one of the children is in the farm, another one is with the processing somewhere.
Owundi niabini anioko mwerema n'owundi nianawuti nianio mwikolero.
Because that is industry now.
Eyo neryo gabakawura mu industry mwa rujungu amakolero.
Amakolero. Now, then the trading is services.
Neryo ebyo busubure omwa rujungu biri omwa yabakawura mu services.
Some of the children can do trading.
Abandi bana banganayo mu suburu.
Some can do transport.
Abandi baye omweheke bendu mu shamotoka.
Border.
Abandi baye mu pichipichi.
Or pick up to take things to Congo and come back.
Abandi mu tumotoko tuke retwara bindu bye Congo unamusubura.
You are talking of running a restaurant here. That is services. One of the children can be a nurse. That's a service, medical service. Another one can be a teacher. That is a teaching service. But they all have shares in the farm. And the boy or the girl who stays there is paid a salary, managing on behalf of the others. While the others are getting their salaries as teachers, as what. For him, he also gets a salary here. And when it comes to sharing, he will also share as dividends. So then the fourth sector which is coming up is the one of ICT, where Kabyanga is working now. Where you can be, maybe in Kasese where there's internet. And you studied auditing.
wamabi muwasome byere barere bitabu.
You can get in contract with a company in America or Canada, you do their bookkeeping, you send the work on the internet and they pay you here.
Bangana kwirikataro mu America iwabarere bitabu ya hanu neriwe watsendeka kwa chihururu neriwe hika America.
So in that way, you the leaders, you will be having a plan for Kasese area.
Tineri twenga bembembeti aho tukibyo tunawete plani ye Kasese yusi.
In fact, you will be adopting my plan for these areas which I have been talking about for the last 30 years.
Atineri tukibya tukakope plani yiwe yamabiri hiraho emyaka 30.
So therefore, what we are doing here is now handling two parts.
Ane chatukakora hanu lierirebya ngokutuka koma na yabepende bebere.
You have heard that they will put some processing capacity here.
Ndanu bakindi hiraho emebere ya makolero.
That's now value addition.
Eri ritashye iromo hendo okwabendu ebyabulikiro bikarongo merema.
Which is a low level of industries, first steps of industry.
Now akabya makolero awiritsukira kwa wahisesi.
And then there's also quality control, NBS.
Neryo nerirebya ngokumukahuruka ya beto ebendu benyo kwidara eri chiwuchusi.
But that is all part of, then there is certification, there is licensing, there is border permits.
Neribyo siebyo byereba permit siere soka nebend ebyo siebyo.
Those are all part of trading.
Ebyo byosi nebyo busubure bikawatika yo mu busubuzi.
So yes, you are thanking the government for building this facility here.
Ndi mwasije risime government erihimba nyumba enu.
But I want us to go back and have an integrated approach.
Betuke tusubeyo tulebe mekorere eyiwumire kandi matene kandi kakwamakwana.
There's what the Banyankwero call endugu, the back of the house, so that the endugu is also clean.
Ati abanyangole baote bakawura mu endugu yekanyuma. Ikanze kanyuma yenyumba na yebi nehimiri.
So that we move in an integrated way.
Neretwaenda emibiri yusi narukarukeni.
Now, I have heard the memorandum of the chairman.
Ati nyamrandam ya chairman yemuwai.
I don't have time to answer. I will study it, and we shall deal. The government will study it and deal with all the issues there.
Ati government yeke itereriayo kandi yasuba mu byamabwebyosi.
But the most important thing is this one, what I'm talking about.
Abeto echekuru kutsebu byebi byamakaniako.
Because if the families are all stable and have income, all other things are easy. Even health is easy. Because if I have income, even if the government hospitals are not efficient, I can go to a private doctor. And if the government schools are not teaching you well, I can send my children to private schools. So homestead income is really what everybody should do. And with the chivaro. Now, I think the other most important part for this area, apart from peace, is this road. This road is not good from the equator, from Chikorongo. I came on a part of it, but we are going to work on it. I'll make sure we work on this. Now, on the issue of peace, I want to thank His Excellency Tshisekedi for agreeing to work with us to clear ADF out of Eastern Congo.
erikirire rikolagana nayo erirusya abatwenge be ADF eribaunza mu Congo.
And we shall do it.
Atike chikekolebwa
And we are doing it.
kandi kinamukolebwa.
So the ADF should surrender because we shall finish them.
Ati abatwenge abo bakomecha bwahaneka
They are wasting their time.
bakatsanda obutuku bwabo.
The one who was keeping them alive was the mistake of His Excellency Kabila. I don't know why he was keeping these people here.
Ati oyo ebye kababe kayo yabya eritangara lya Chitsumbi Kabila.
That's how they were able to make this area their base and kill people in Eastern Congo, and from there go and kill people in Uganda.
Ati chareke babyaho bikara bitabandwe Congo borwayi bayitabandwe Uganda.
But that one is now finished.
Ati aichawere.
Wherever they go, they are trying to go to far places, to Komanda, to Mombasa.
Ati banamwenda bakatibeta bakenda mu bipindi bya hale Komanda Mombasa.
But wherever they go, if the Congo government allows us, we shall get them there.
Ati usiaba kendeya government ye Congo yemo bitukiriya tukebasangai.
Because there's nowhere we cannot reach.
Asali hatutetwangahika.
The other issues, the issue of the Umsinga, he wrote to me, and we are studying his letter.
Ati kwa mwatsi omusinga bari musakangera kandi kisakangwe ekyo anamukiitereri.
And we shall see how to sort it out.
Anere akindire ebyangu kubaka unza mwatsi oyo.
About Archbishop Mate,
esonga ya Bishop Mate,
the NRM, we have no time to involve ourselves in religious matters.
Ati NRM siyute butuku bweri ingiria omwamyatse eyedini.
We are busy building roads.
Ati NRM iri omuhimbe syanguda.
Fighting with you to go into commercial agriculture. Fighting with ADF. Is that not enough work? And then we add on church matters. I don't even know how the Church of Uganda selected their archbishop.
Atisia sine ekanise Uganda yechangirikani kuikakoma Archbishop wai.
The last time I was involved in religious matters was 1965.
Ati omuru ndio murumo kunzerere ringero mwamyatsi eya madini abya mwaka wanga editana.
When I was president of the Scripture Union.
Ati awabini ni president we Scripture Union. And
I disagreed with them on the issue of they were misinterpreting the passage in Matthew chapter 5. Chapter 5. Chapter 5. Where they said, when somebody hits you on the right, you turn the left. I said, no.
Matayo suri tano muri omurondoka wati omundu amakuswirira ikofo kwitemeri uwo mwereri iri nari neri swiria.
I said that I told our leader who was a Mzungu called Teira, somebody Teira.
Atenere mwawera obumu kobe mbibeti yababo bakamora mwateira ne musungu.
I said, but Mr. Taylor, there is a time when Jesus found people selling in the hekalu, in the temple. They are turned the temple into a market. In the Bible it says he was violent. Jesus was violent.
ati Bible ikabwiti Yesu mwahetana.
And because he overturned the tables,
Neriamenda akawusangesya mezisius.
and there's no record that he paid compensation.
Ate kandi sikyandikire hosi ndi mwana asoma yakayabatuha.
So from there, I stopped going to the church matters.
Ati neriro muroyo nere omwabyanga matekania omwatse o madini.
So, to be involved in the Bachwanga matters, the Archbishop Mate is of the Abachwanga.
Archbishop Mate no abadivende bakaba oramo bachwanga.
Oh, that's really not serious lie. That's a lie. We are we are not even aware about those. They may be having their own issues in those churches.
Ati oyo ni mwati wa mabehi kandi siba sinaku government siya sinaku banganaye bawutre myatsi yabo omwakaniso omwakati omo.
But it has nothing to do with us, with the NRM.
Ati ekyo sikire hamba kunge NRM.
Now, finally,
Cheri unzerere.
The market which we launched down there,
ati akatali akamachungura butongole akabunoaha
must be used now.
Ati akatali akatolere ekakolesibwa.
Because the reason we had stopped markets was because of Corona.
Ati ekyaleka etali yachimbwa yabya corona.
But a few weeks ago, you remember, I made a national broadcast and said we had opened the country.
Ati biro bihwere mwaka nimya amakanire kwa radio akawate chiwo bamachungura.
And we are now emphasizing immunization.
Neria hati abali wende obule mundu atserekawe.
So the border is now open.
Omutano achingwirwe.
There should be no testing given of people coming and going. They can go.
Amawati omutano amachungurawo halekeyera oyukapimo mundu.
Our emphasis is now on immunization.
Ati chatutashyaira kwa mani babandu ere batsereka.
I think the guidelines I gave a few weeks ago when I made the broadcast was that for public meetings like these ones, when you come, they ask you for your vaccination certificate.
Ati mwaka nabuya endesyande kune seringa henu wa masamuyu ebakubulia ekadi yawo eyechikato.
So tell people to get vaccinated twice.
Ati abandu mutu babwire ndi at least batunge ebikato.
Even last night I was talking about it. I was looking through the figures. I think the ones who have been vaccinated once are 19 million.
Endi namuli orona chikana yako abo abamatatunga ebikato murundo wakabere bamateka milioni 19.
The ones 2 times are only 6 million.
Abamatatunga abo muma ni milioni 19 beibiri ni milioni mukana.
Now, the one, because we the elders, the ones 50 years and above, we are supposed to get a booster now.
Indi abo abasiyakulu ngiyo bali batolere baye babretasyatunga echikatasya hiro mwamubere mwakagala.
So the vaccinations are free.
Ati chikatu ni chabusa.
So the market managers can encourage people to be vaccinated. They can even bring teams there and vaccinate people there.
Ati abuabi maniri bakatale barangirende bakaterera bandu bende batunge bikatu banganaberekera
because
nabwa bakatsereka bo mwakatale.
The stopping of the market was to stop crowding.
Ati chale kibimani akatale liri rusia ichingungu.
When we had no vaccine.
Kandisi tulitwa tere chikatu.
We now have vaccines. So what is needed now is vaccination. So the market people help us to have everybody fully vaccinated and boosted so that people can move. Because it has been found that if you are fully vaccinated, even if you get infected, you will either not be infected or you will not be sick. And certainly you will not die.
Ati chabiri tereriwa ndo wamabi unateriwe chikatu wangana unamuanga tungobulwe ryobo esu wangana esu ehola.
So thank you very much for inviting me for this function. And I thank the World Bank. Are they here? World Bank person? The World Bank?
I understand they closed early for Christmas holiday.
Oh, they are very lucky. They have holidays for. They are not like us who are working all the time. Very good. Okay, so I thank the people of Kasese for coming back to NRM.
Ati akasima abandu be Kasese habwere eresumo mu NRM mandeke
understanding the lies of FDC.
Neremenyerere bisuma bi FDC. The three MPs are here, Your Excellency. Of NRM.
Yes, I saw them.
Yes.
I saw them. You come and introduce yourself, the MPs.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, I am Tembo Gideon Mjungu, the MP of Songora South. Sir, I want to thank you for supporting me to go back to Parliament last August.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Chitanywa Sowedi is my name. I represent the people of Songora County North in the Parliament of Uganda. Thank you for coming. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, I'm called Kambale Ferigo. I represent the people of Kasese Municipality. Thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you, everybody. I wish you good Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Atumasinja kusebu akaba sunzira a Christmas mbuya. Excellency, there's also one request from, I think it was a pledge of the vehicle of the district card. It is something which has been lingering around.
But Chairman said they had put them in the memorandum, they will bring them.
Okay, sir.
If I sell my bulls, I cannot fail to get a car.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, Your Excellency, thank you for everything. And I know the issue of Zeto, you are going to talk about it. Maybe the Commissioner General will clear that later. But they wanted something to hear about the Zeto, the 10,000 that they are paying every entering.
No, we shall study. I don't know what it is. I didn't get it. You mean they are taxing people who go across or what?
Yes, Your Excellency, as we are in the border, we are married the other side and this side. Whenever you are going to see your family, you pay 10,000. You come back, you pay 10,000.
For visa?
I think something like visa, like a document to allow you cross to the other side.
No, crossing in East Africa should be cost-free.
Oh, Galo, NRM oye! NRM do! Thank you, Your Excellency. That one was bothering us so much.
You pay visa when you are going to America, when you are going to Europe, but visa to go to Tanzania, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
If that is the case, I have removed it.
Oh, thank you, Your Excellency. The last item, Your Excellency, is a photo session. I'm requesting you for only 4 photos, Your Excellency. We are starting with the ministers, Your Excellency, and the Congolese delegation. The ministers of Government and the Congolese delegation. Please, let's join the President to the photo session. Akataleke siswe nga umayako osika kendi kuterekerera sikochi ne. A Congolese delegation plus the ministers, please let's go to the podium. Mr. Mtaunga, please come, I can't miss this photo. Come. Yes. Another photo, Your Excellency, is the agencies, immigration, URA, and our permanent secretaries. Permanent secretaries, immigration. Oh, there are very many. The commissioner only? Okay. So the heads only, they're saying you are many. Let's have the heads. That one is from the National Chambers of Commerce. It's an agency. Put your mask, please. Make sure you put your mask. The Uganda National Chambers of Commerce, please join the photo. As you finish, we are going to have the chairman, LC5 and the district leadership, the mayor, and the technical team of MTIC. The last one is for the Bazukulu only. Bazukulu, please, mwangwe. Very fast, very fast. Can you please put your mask and avoid reaching near His Excellency? Bazukulu, a few Bazukulu.
Star TV, emunyenye y'eggwanga.